tomorrow. It is the Tag Fucking Tournament! Your referees are Chris Bankos and Kevin Quinn. I am your ring announcer, proudly representing the Tag Fucking Tournament. My name is Rich Fucking Palladino. And we kick off the semifinals of the tournament with this contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing first in the corner to my right, hailing from Salem and Manchester, New Hampshire, respectively, at a total combined weight of 580 pounds. First, he's 2Cam to give a damn Cam Sakari. His tag team partner is the irresistible force and the immovable object, the Kingpin, Brian Malonis. Their opponents to my left, from Brutalsville, USA, at a total combined weight of 502 pounds, Devin Cutter, Mason Cutter, the Hooligans.
You got this. What? So uncomfortable nasty. What? Those toilets are cleaner than you. I'm not getting them. Why are those toilets cleaner than us? I don't know. Have you looked in the mirror? I used the toilet earlier.
Did you wash your hands? No. Oh, come on. Come on.
Beyond Wrestling tournament for tomorrow, night 2. Paul Crockett joined alongside, oh God.
The hardest working man in sports entertainment today, Stokely Hathaway.
That's right. I am here with Stokely Hathaway. We have quarterfinal action here on this free pre-show at youtube.com/Beyond Wrestling and on Facebook on the Independent Wrestling page. Brian Malonis and Cam Zagami taking on the Hooligans.
What do you think about this dynamic, Paul? You have the Hooligans who look like they have Duck Dynasty on VHS, and you have Cam and Malonis. It seems like, you know, the relationship between Cam and Malonis is the fact that Malonis is the guy who does all the work. He's a kingpin. I respect it.
Absolutely. Last night, it was Brian Malonis taking turns practically.
Practically what? Pay attention.
I'm mesmerized by this dancing here.
Jeez.
I'm sorry.
Jeez.
But it was Kevin Lee Davidson. I'm all mixed up here with Brian Malonis taking turns.
Paul Crockett.
Taking turns squashing Cam Zagami in the corner. And that is not the way to start things off against someone the size of Brian Malonis. Now, you're members of the Dream Team. If they're up against a guy the size of Brian Malonis, what would you advise them to do?
I mean, what I would do, I'd probably gorilla press Malonis out of the ring. That's what I would do.
And that's true.
I wouldn't be going for a shoulder tackle at this point.
Riding high off of your victory last night against Orange Cassidy, you must feel like you can do anything.
I mean, I can do anything. I mean, I was told it was a takeover level match.
You don't remember?
I don't.
But, well, anyway, we'll get to that later.
It was a hard-fought contest, Paul.
As the hooligans here in this quarterfinal contest, taking it to Brian Malonis.
They're trying to chop him down, knock him down. They achieved it. Let's see if Cam is going to get in the ring.
And an inadvertent tag, it looked like. Cam Zagami turning his back on the hooligans. I can't think of a worse way to start off a match against them.
I mean, Cam was trying to figure out, I think he dropped his gum on the floor. He was trying to be a gent and trying to, make sure no one stepped on it. I really think he was trying to possibly get in there. And the ref has no control. Both hooligans were in the ring at the same time. Completely unfair.
Well, this is a dirty floor. I don't blame him for trying to get his gum quickly, but he turned his back on both hooligans, and he's paying for it now with a double back rake from Devin and Mason Cutter. And Cam Zagami calling for mommy.
I think the best thing for Cam to do is to try to reach Malonis for that tag.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would not want to be in the ring with one hooligan, much less two.
And these guys have traveled a long way to get here for this tournament. Excellent double team maneuver in stereo with the leg drop and the moonsault. You would not expect Mason Cutter to pull out a moonsault like that, but he can do extraordinary things.
I would look at him.
You would?
He looks like a guy who can kind of do anything. Start his own cult.
Kind of like you.
Chop wood with his foot. Shut up, Paul. The Dream Team is not a cult. I prefer to call it Burberry enthusiasts.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you credit where credit is due. As Malonis in now, Cam Zagami able to regain control, and now Malonis.
Malonis is putting it to him.
Going to do what he does best, and that's use all of his weight and force.
Oh my God, if little Kim was watching this, she'd be so proud.
By crushing Mason in the corner with that Il Nana as Malonis.
That's Foxy Brown. Can we fire Paul Crockett? Terrible.
And Malonis now going for the foot. And that is a very wise strategy considering these guys come in with no boots, Stokely.
Of course, why wouldn't you? People underestimate Malonis. I mean, the guy is a powerhouse in Ring of Honor at the moment. He has, in the words of Diddy and the Notorious B.I.G., I'm going to get a reference correct for once, he's been around the world.
And
You ruined it, Paul. But Malonis, he's a veteran in this ring. So, of course he knows what to pick apart and what to destroy.
And now Zagami in picking his spot with a boot and running back to the apron practically.
That's called double team work.
It is, but he knows how to pick his spots, and that's why Zagami can be a good tag team partner.
Cam Zagami, former Chikara Young Lions Cup champion.
Correct. He's held multiple tag team titles in the New England area, so he knows how to get it done in the tag team game, knowing how to pick his spots, a la Dangerous Danny Davis from back in the day.
And I've heard it before. A lot of people have said they see Cam as the future of Beyond. I agree. How old is Cam? He's pretty young. I think he's 22, 23.
24.
Oh, wow, 24. He's almost an old man.
Almost. Have you reached 24 yet?
I'm 57 years old, Paul.
Wait a minute, what? Well, we'll get back to that breaking news later.
Don't crack.
It just hit all the dirt sheets now, but Malonis continuing to hold on to the advantage for his team here as they are eyeing a spot in the semifinals, which you can see live on Powerbomb TV tonight starting at 5 p.m. Go to Powerbomb TV and use promo code BEYOND for 20 free days. You are not going to want to miss the rest of this tournament, as well as some of the amazing matchups we have later on, including David Starr taking on the man you beat last night in Orange Cassidy.
#1 contendership for the Powerbomb TV Independent Championship.
Absolutely. And now they are up in that corner, and Mason using his head to get Malonis off of him, takes to the sky, and he takes Malonis down with a crossbody.
The hooligans can fly. I don't think Malonis expected that.
Absolutely not.
And I think the last thing Malonis wants to do is tag in camp. He has no other choice at this point.
Makes the tag to Devin.
And the hooligans are on fire.
And he is running wild in there, yelling out the Rock and Roll Express, doing his best Ricky Morton. And Kamala on top of it, big splash, cover. 2 count only, Cam Zagami.
And Cam kicked out with every little bit of strength that he had.
Double stunner. And the hooligans have a target on Malonis, trying to eliminate the only threat they believe is in this match.
It's smart, trying to get Malonis out of the ring so he doesn't break up a pinfall.
But Malonis back up. He is in there to break it up. And now he sends Mason flying to the floor. Now Devin all alone.
Super kick to the back of the head.
Back of the head. Brutal. Right into the sidewalk slam. Devastating. Zagami makes the cover.
Malonis wasn't quick enough.
Not quick enough to make that save, and the hooligans are still in it.
Paul, have some business to attend to. I'll be right back.
Okay. Stokely Hathaway being dragged away for some important Dream Team business. And thank goodness, quite frankly, as Devin takes to the sky with the big drop kick, Malonis down. Zagami hits an Inzagiri, and he takes his time now to brag, and he might pay for it. Oh, Falcon Arrow. Zagami right on his head. Cover. No. They upset Doom Patrol last night. I can't say this would be an upset if they pull it off, but they were close to the win there. Malonis grabbing the hair on the outside, and Zagami, as weaselly as he is, gets back to his feet, but he misses with the super kick and drops his own partner. That leaves him prone to a double team move here. Has him up for the slam. What's he gonna do with it? Oh! Into the Fire Thunder driver. The hooligans get the win.
Winners advancing to the semifinals, the Hooligans!
What happened to Stokely Hathaway? DC going to be jumping in on commentary for a couple minutes, maybe?
I don't know. Where did he go? I think I saw some Dream Team business to be had, but
I don't know. I haven't even seen MJF in the building here today, so your guess is as good as mine.
Well, who knows what they have up their sleeve at any moment. MJF could be hiding around the corner. Let's go to Rich Palladino.
So we got 3 more quarterfinal matches here in the pre-show. Semifinals and finals will take place at our 5 p.m. event. Couple of housekeeping rules.
Respect, asshole, he's hurt. Watch the F word a couple more times.
So the tag fucking tournament will continue with 3 more quarterfinal matches, semifinals and finals coming up at 5 p.m. Housekeeping rules, number 1, this space between the ring post and the wall is for me, so if you guys don't mind, just keep that area clean. Housekeeping rule number 2, if you see somebody with a recording device that's bigger than your fucking phone, you get out of their way, they don't get out of yours. Do we understand that? Where's Tanya? And there's Brandon. They're for Powerbomb TV and future wherever else this is going to air. So make sure you guys stay out of the way. Is that cool? Following contest is a quarterfinal match in the Tag fucking tournament scheduled for introducing team number 1 in the corner to my left. From the springs of relaxation, and a total combined weight of 398 pounds, the Oil Master VSK, fetish friendly Dorian Graves, Massage Force! Their opponents, in the corner to my right, from Bedford, USA, weighing in at a total combined weight of 2 yaks and 1 goat. Please welcome the Warhorse, Jake Parnell, and the Wild Man from the Ozark Mountains, Alex Herzog. They are the Viking War Party!
Beyond Wrestling Tournament for tomorrow, night 2, quarterfinal action here for free on youtube.com/Beyond Wrestling and on Facebook at the Independent Wrestling page. Paul Crockett joined alongside Denver, Colorado, the man, not the place. You all right?
A little under the weather today.
Oh, boy.
We'll make it work.
Well, we have this quarterfinal match. Of course, last night, Massage Force defeating the Shook Crew to get here, while Viking War Party defeating American Strong. So this should be an interesting clash of styles, to say the least, DC.
Definitely interested to see how this one is going to play out. As we see Massage Force maybe giving up some size when in the ring with Herzog. Yeah, maybe even with Parnell. Parnell's put on a considerable amount of size since he first made his Beyond Wrestling debut back at the Sleeper Cells studio tapings in St. Louis many moons ago.
And now Massage Force going for the massage right away. But Herzog saying no thank you. I don't think Vikings had massages back in the day. Of course, on youtube.com/Beyond Wrestling, over 1.15 million subscribers, and we were free last night for night 1 in Philadelphia. We return right here for you in Worcester, Massachusetts. We will be on Powerbomb TV starting at 5 for the conclusion of this tournament, as well as some other non-tournament matches, which we will reveal as we go along, I feel.
Let's just do all of our shows for free.
Why not?
Let's just not even do shows anymore.
Well, I don't know about that.
It's not your call.
Yeah, well, that's true. It's above my pay grade. As VSK trying the snapmare, going behind, really working those trapezius muscles of Herzog, and I think he liked it for a second.
Conspicuous by its absence is the chainsaw that the chainsaw-wielding Viking usually wields. Seems like a pretty redundant sentence.
Yes. But that was what happened the last time we were in this building.
It's a good way to get in trouble.
You don't say. Beyond Wrestling getting in trouble? For local ordinance violations? No. Well, forget about violations as Herzog
Yeah, VSK's about to get violated.
takes VSK down and Herzog misses with the leg drop.
And it's usually Massage Force doing the violating. Let's see what he's got in mind right here.
Oh, once again with the massage, and I think Herzog's smiling.
Yeah, you know what? You're a Viking, you're on a ship.
It gets tense there. I think after the match you could use one, DC. You look stressed.
Stressed to impress.
Well, I don't know what that means, but we're about to have a showdown between Jake Parnell and VSK. And the Viking War Party firing themselves up here, getting ready for what either could be a brutal battle or a really relaxing evening.
You know, you would think that these guys have studied their tape, done their homework, knowing that Massage Force kind of performs these massages to get their opponent's head out of the game in order to capitalize. I've never had a massage from them, so I can't speak to how effective it actually is.
I hear they're amazing. I mean, I can't speak personally, but I've never paid $75 for a massage from Massage Force.
But you've gotten massages before, right?
Well, yeah.
You can correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes they really hurt in the moment.
They can, depending on how tense your muscles are.
Don't touch me, I'll probably die.
Well, we don't want that on our conscience. As VSK played around a little too long and ran into that big drop kick from Parnell.
And you know, that's the risk you run playing these mind games, that if your opponents do have you scouted, that there's a chance that they're trying to stay one step ahead of you.
And VSK, one of the most underappreciated athletes in professional wrestling, in my estimate. He is an absolute freak, and when he decides to turn it on the offensive, he can do amazing things. Double Irish whip. Parnell sent crashing to the mat. Double team body slam. And the double team knee drop moonsault from Massage Force cover. 2 count only.
I mean, these guys look better and better every time out. You're going to think that they're perhaps favorites to take the whole thing home.
They absolutely could be, especially considering they are fan favorites here in Worcester and anywhere we go, quite frankly.
Of course, if they can make it past the Viking War Party. You know, we don't know brackets for the tournament. The only thing that we know is that the Hooligans have advanced to the semifinals. So it's very difficult to scout potential opponents, knowing that you started this tournament with 15 other teams, reduced down to 8 for today. We will see one conclusive winner here tonight.
Absolutely, and that is why Jake Parnell and Alex Herzog have traveled so many miles to come here, and last night to Philadelphia. They're not doing it for just anything. They're doing it to join the ranks of some of the great teams that have won this tournament in the past and have gone on to bigger things.
You know, part of the original idea when we introduced the tournament for tomorrow is that, you know, with the integration with YouTube, even back then, you're rewarded because the farther you make it, the more that you're showcased. You know, if you have 4 opportunities to impress, making it and winning, you know, making it to the finals and winning there, you know, when Beyond Wrestling was all about simply exposure, you know, that was a monumental prize. And I don't think that it's much different even now, especially with the first round. You know, hashtag TFT night 1. Oh! A serious situation in the ring, but to conclude my point, hashtag TFT night 1 was trending on Twitter in the United States last night. You know, that's a big deal. There's a lot of people on watching YouTube.com/Beyond Wrestling, Powerbomb TV. I mean, the eyes of the wrestling industry are on us, and I think that, tag team wrestling is kind of an underappreciated component in the grand scheme of things. So we're doing our part to try and build that back up.
Absolutely. Beyond Wrestling has done a fantastic job in my eyes with tag team wrestling, and they continue here. Last night being an excellent showcase for a lot of different tag teams from across the country.
I mean, we had some teams that wrestled in the garage in Ohio when Beyond Wrestling first started before we even had a YouTube channel. And, we had teams that are brand new that we first saw doing the tryout prior to Please Come Back in September. I mean, there was all sorts of different levels of experience showcased last night. But today is when I think that the cream is going to rise to the top.
Absolutely, and that's why Dorian Graves continues to battle on, despite the fact that he is being picked apart by the Viking War Party right now. And don't underestimate Massage Force as far as getting it done in the ring. They like to have their fun, but when it comes right down to it, these guys are a very, very cohesive tag team unit. And Parnell with the senton there makes the cover. Out at 2.
What I'm going to think, too, as this tournament goes on, I mean, the wear and tear, grueling to have to compete. In the second round of this tournament, less than 24 hours removed, having to travel from Philadelphia to Worcester, probably minimal sleep getting to Philadelphia in the first place. And now, in order, to win the tournament for tomorrow, the tag fucking tournament, you've got to be victorious 3 times today. There's a little bit of luck on your side, but I think in tournament formats, especially here in Beyond Wrestling, that's when you really see the best of the best emerge.
Very, very difficult ask of any team, regardless of where they've traveled from. And that's why Dorian Graves and VSK have become so compelling here in Beyond Wrestling, is because they can pull out performances like this and come from behind for victories.
You got to think the faster the match goes, the more it's going to favor you if you make it to the next round. And right now the Viking War Party seems to be drawing this affair out quite a bit.
Absolutely. The first match ending fairly quickly relative to this match right now.
I mean, you can put your thumb in your opponent's eyes. You're not going to get a decision from it.
No, but you are going to do damage if they do get on to the next round. They're going to feel it.
I mean, I don't think that the Viking War Party is probably the most technical duo, as we see just very unorthodox offense rebounding off the second rope with the headbutt into the abdomen.
And Parnell following it up now. The headbutt to the shoulder. That was an interesting bit of offense.
Well, I mean, that was effective. That was almost coming in like a missile. The hardest part of your head into your opponent's face. I mean, you get hit in the eyes, you get hit in the nose, it's going to start to water up. It's going to make it difficult to breathe, especially knowing that DG Graves is wearing a mask coming to this matchup, which, has an effect on that to begin with. You can disorient a masked opponent very easily.
Absolutely. Parnell trying for a suplex or a brain buster. Graves out, hits the enziguri, and he makes the tag to VSK. Big drop kick, and another from the freak athlete. Hits the running European and a running Yakuza kick. This is absolutely incredible offense. Backcracker, big one, makes the cover. Parnell out at 2.
Yeah, Herzog a little slow to get in the ring, but VSK turned his back on and made him pay for it.
Herzog charges, misses. VSK with the running Yakuza. And now this is where Massage Force really shines in the double team realm. If they can pull this off, they might have a victory in their hands.
Oh! Typically looking for the double stunt from that position, but knowing overhead he was going to have a little bit of difficulty. That's the familiarity of wrestling an electric haze.
Here we go. Another double team maneuver on the way. Graves firing up. Oh! And massaging the breadbasket into the flatliner German combination. Continuing their innovative tag team offense. And now this is where things either go their way or go completely off the rails. They call for the oil, and this is a big risk, but will it come with a big reward, DC?
Oh! I'd certainly say so. And a huge dive
to the floor. VSK makes the cover.
Massage Force advancing. No.
No. Parnell getting his shoulder up at the very last second. And they're calling for it. Your favorite move, DC, the happy ending coming up.
Oh, thanks.
Going for that shatter machine variation. No!
Oh, Parnell had that scouted. And now the big man's in the ring.
Herzog dropping VSK down hard on his neck.
Oh, this is a bad landing. Oh! The double stomp with the Gonzo bomb.
Cover.
Wow, and you got to consider that a major upset thus far in the tournament.
Huge upset. Viking War Party onto the semifinals.
Here are your winners advancing to the semifinals, the Viking War Party!
They have traveled a long way for this, and they are onto the semifinals, which we will have live at 5 p.m. on Powerbomb TV. Use promo code BEYOND for 20 free days. You can check that out and everything else we have to come later tonight. But I'm pretty shocked by that, DC.
We'll probably keep it off until then. All right. Just put it on my back.
In addition to visiting with your favorite wrestlers during today's show, we have brand new Beyond Wrestling merchandise. Make sure you see my buddy Chris right there at the Beyond Wrestling merchandise stand. We've got fanny packs. We sure do. We've got the brand new Iron-On Beyond Wrestling patch for just $10. I'm gonna just slip that right in my pocket. And then with the cold winter right here upon us, we've got the brand new Beyond Wrestling beanie. Nothing stuffs a Christmas stocking better. You need one of those for that bald head right there. See? Looks like Mick from Rocky. You can't win, Rock! So that beanie is on sale for just $20. Sorry, we just drove 5.5 hours from New Jersey, so we're a little punchy right now. But Kevin Quinn, ladies and gentlemen, Beyond Wrestling merchandise on sale. Make sure you stop by and pick up a no, $20. $20. The tag fucking tournament continues with the following quarterfinal match scheduled for one fall. Hailing from Hershey, Pennsylvania.
That's me, baby!
And East Windsor, New Jersey, respectively. At a total combined weight of 340 pounds, the team of Tony Deppen and the Golden Grappler, Travis Huckabee. They are Team Fist! Their opponents in the corner to my left, hailing from Silicon Valley, respectively. Total combined weight, 377 pounds, Wheeler, Utah. And the current Powerbomb TV Independent Wrestling Champion, Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, they are Hot Wheels!
Beyond Wrestling tournament for tomorrow, night 2, here live and free on Powerbomb, on youtube.com/Beyond Wrestling. We'll be on Powerbomb TV starting at 5 o'clock and on the Facebook Independent Wrestling page. Paul Crockett joined alongside
Josh
Briggs, this revolving door of commentators here tonight.
The best one's here now.
Yes, we are happy to have Josh here tonight as we have semifinal action, and to me, this is the most highly anticipated semifinal as far as similar styles goes.
Yeah, man, I'm always in for a treat when I watch Yuta and Hot Sauce in the ring. Man. They're both great.
Absolutely. Of course, in the main event last night, Hot Wheels, Wheeler Yuta and Hot Sauce Tracy Williams overcoming Kevin Koo and Dominic Guarini in a really, really hard-hitting main event. And Team Fist earlier in the night last night defeating the Jollyville Buckets.
Oh, that's their name?
Yes.
Awesome.
Without the cough. I hesitated there.
You can
Foul language isn't my favorite.
You can see that Harper's split open apparently from last night, right?
Who?
Hot Sauce Tracy Williams.
Oh, Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, yes. He came into the night with a cut, and then it was reopened at the hands of Hallowicked, and the challenge was laid down for that Powerbomb TV Independent Championship. And what was one of the most disturbing scenes I've ever seen with the Druids coming out there, and I'm still not even sure what happened or what was broadcast because our screen was out half the time. But the challenge was laid down, and Hot Sauce not one to back down from a challenge.
Working on that leg, man.
As he picks apart Deppin's leg right now.
And Deppin, he's no stranger to Beyond now that he came back from Please Come Back.
Absolutely. In the main event against AR Fox. Hard-hitting affair, a wild affair that was. But right now, this could be either a technical classic or it could break down very quickly into a brawl.
I'm hoping for a brawl.
I think we all wouldn't mind that.
I gotta say, Wheeler Yuta looks great with his trunks over there.
You like the new look?
Yeah.
Does it look better than his T-shirt that you have?
Oh God, worst T-shirt in pro wrestling history.
Well, we might have to take a poll on that on Powerbomb TV later on. But Tracy Williams laying the elbow across the coccyx of Tony Deppin there.
He's just such a mat vet, man. He knows exactly how to counter everything.
Hot Sauce trying to wear down Tony Deppin, but if there's one thing that can sum up Tony Deppin, it's insanity. The man is absolutely wild and unchained, and it takes more than just physical abuse to keep him down. Roll up here.
Beautiful.
Going for that submission again. Ducks the chop. Up and over with a twist. Well, a little hesitation from both, but how about that for a follow-up to hesitating? Reverses the Irish whip, and the chop takes Deppin down.
Deppin back down. He spent most of this match on his back so far.
And Deppin still wanting to prove himself to Beyond Wrestling. Got the win last night, so that was a start. But after the original match he had with AR Fox at Please Come Back a couple of months ago, he has it in his mind that he has a lot to prove here.
Yeah, he's insane, huh?
He's a little tapped, to say the least. Back in, springboard, tries that arm drag. No, into the arm bar. If he can fully extend that, it's over. But Deppin fighting off.
Oh my God.
Not letting it be fully cinched in.
Oh wow, he's got the ropes. Just
and he gets the ropes. That was less than an inch away.
Harper, man.
Who?
Hot Sauce working on that arm.
And Deppen going to the hair, showing that insane side of himself, willing to do anything and everything to gain an advantage in a match, but still not enough as Hot Wheels is in control.
Wheeler Yuta just tagged in.
Nice springboard senton.
Eddie Guerrero, a la Eddie Guerrero.
Absolutely. And Yuta, last year's Tournament for Tomorrow winner, although technically the finals took place this year. It was a long tournament.
Yeah.
Defeating MJF in the finals. He has been on quite a roll for himself. Defeating Matt Riddle earlier this year in this very building. And Travis Huckabee looking to send Yuta's arm and chin in all different directions. Irish whip into the corner, Yuta up and over. Takes him down onto the mat. They continue to go after each other. Nice arm drag. And the drop kick follow. Well done.
That is how Yuta, that was close, wow. That is how Yuta stakes his claim, man. He keeps you on the fence, off guard, not knowing where it's coming from.
And as someone who is a student of the game and has traveled the country, Josh, how would you try to counter someone like Yuta or a Travis Huckabee who can literally pull anything out of their pocket as the knee gets picked apart there by a double stomp?
Man, that was some great teamwork.
Absolutely.
You know, when these guys are flying around like that, the best case of offense is just hit him in the face as hard as you can.
Absolutely. And Deppen loves those double stomps. So forget about my last question. How do you deal with someone as insane as Tony Deppen?
Is there a plan? I don't think so, man. There's not many people out there that are as crazy as him. So thankfully, you don't really got to deal with that too much. You kind of got to swing for the fences and hope for the best. Hope something lands.
Absolutely. Double back elbow and another elbow followed up. Huckabee only getting the 2 count there.
Yuta's bleeding from the mouth already.
We are live at youtube.com/Beyond Wrestling. We're also live on Facebook on the Independent Wrestling page. 5 p.m. tonight, we're going to have the semifinals and finals of Tournament for Tomorrow. And we're going to have a whole lot more. But right now, Wheeler Yuta scrapping and clawing, trying to get his way over to the corner to make that tag to Hot Sauce Tracy Williams.
Chopping the leg?
Yes. That is the unpredictable nature of Tony Deppen.
Fist has some unique offense, man. There's some stuff I've never seen before that I've never even thought could be possible to do.
Miscommunication. Yuta has an opening, and it looks like he makes it, and Hot Sauce is in.
Oh, big bicycle kick.
Back elbow from Hot Sauce. He is fired up, and he is going to chop Deppen down. Tries for that double underhook. Deppen out of it, however. Irish whip reverse. Hot Sauce retains control of that wrist.
Beautiful.
Outstanding.
That's some textbook Hot Sauce right there.
Huckabee trying for that German suplex. Hot Sauce out of it. Sends them into each other. And what does he have in mind here? Kicks the legs out from Deppen. Unique. And the running knee cover. No, 2 count only. Have you seen a maneuver like that, Josh?
That was pretty wild. Tracy Williams pulling out all the tricks tonight.
Absolutely. The current reigning, defending Powerbomb TV independent champion. He's going to have Hallow Wicked in the near future, and maybe Orange Cassidy or David Starr coming up very soon as well. We will find that out later tonight on Powerbomb TV. Team Fist, though, with double team Fist of Fury here. German suplex with a bridge.
Double pin.
Look at that. Double pin. And Yuta with the double stomach slap. Is there anything that stings more, Josh?
Maybe a chop to the leg that Yuta just received a little while ago, but man, that's pretty painful stuff.
Absolutely. as Hot Sauce and Tony Deppen trying to make their way back to their feet here. We are live at Electric Haze in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Hot Sauce got to get to his feet, man. Tony Deppen's already up. He's nuts.
Absolutely.
Oh. You don't want to find yourself on the other end of those forearms from Tony.
And Hot Sauce has defended the Independent Championship against Deppen at Please Come Back. Travis Huckabee at Please Come Back, right, and Deppen at True Wrestling.
Yeah.
So he is very familiar with both of these men. But
right in the eyes?
You
Come on.
can never get familiar with a rake to the eyes as Deppen firing away with chops in the corner, calling for the kill here. Placing Tracy Williams on that top rope. But Hot Sauce firing back with fists to the gut. But how about an enziguri for your trouble? Josh, what do you think Deppen has in mind here?
I can't tell you, man. He's insane.
Well, blind tag from Huckabee.
Oh,
Hot Sauce.
That big...
Sends Deppen inside out with that lariat, but he didn't see Huckabee get tagged.
Oh.
Roll up! He has the tights!
Kick out.
Oh!
He almost stole it.
He had the handful of tights, and that still wasn't enough.
Oh, my God.
Headbutt sends Hot Sauce into the corner to the blind tag. Enziguri from Yuta.
Yuta, the fresh man in.
Oh, God.
Oh, spinning pile driver.
And now Yuta up top. Big elbow drop. And Hot Wheels is into the semifinals.
Hot Wheels is my pick to win it.
And it's not a bad pick at all, Josh.
Here are your winners advancing to the semifinals. Hot Wheels!
Wheeler, Yuta, and Hot Sauce Tracy Williams are on to the semifinals. We are going to have that at Powerbomb TV tonight at 5. Semifinals and finals of the tournament for tomorrow here at Electric Haze in Worcester, Massachusetts. We have one more match on this pre-show for you. Let's kick it up to Rich Palladino for the official introductions.
You think he's going to cuss again?
Hope not. Can we get a microphone to work?
All right, so we've got Hot Wheels, the Viking War Party, the Hooligans, and the winners of this next match that will make up the Final Four coming up at 5 p.m. here at TFT. Tournament for the Tag Fucking Tournament. I was kind of dared by the folks at Powerbomb to see how many times I could say the word fuck. Yeah, so over under just fine. It's Sunday, so. All right. No, they're drinking every time I say. There you go. Fuck. The following contest is your quarterfinal match in the Tag Fucking Tournament scheduled for
What is this?
What?
Mike Verna and Rex Lawless. They are here. They lost last night.
I mean, I don't blame them. You don't call someone out of their name like that.
They called them out by name, called them trash bag wrestlers, and now Rex Lawless and Mike Verna are about to throw the trash out. Oh, God!
Right on the ground.
Brandon Watts, like a sack of garbage getting thrown to the floor, coming down hard. He
Melted
might
chocolate.
be out as this crowd chants melted chocolate. And this is a long time coming. Milk chocolate, through absolutely despicable means, defeating Lawless and Verna last night, and they weren't even scheduled to be in the tournament.
Oh my God.
Verna and Lawless catching the Beaver Boys,
on the ground.
slamming them to the floor.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that's one of the hardest floors on planet Earth probably. I've fallen on it a few times. It hurts.
It is a devastating fall on this floor here at Electric Haze. And what do we have going on?
So-
This is supposed to be Milk Chocolate and the Beaver Boys, but I think Mike Verna and Rex Lawless have just interjected themselves like Milk Chocolate did last night.
Does the ref think that they're milk chocolate?
I don't think so. I don't know what's going on. It's been a chaotic situation in the locker room, to say the least. There have been a lot of last-minute changes, and this must be one of them.
Yeah, no kidding.
As Rex Lawless takes Alex Reynolds down with the power slam.
You know, the Meat Man is strong. He's big and he is thick, but boy, we got two thick boys in the ring right now against him.
Verna and Lawless dispatching of Milk Chocolate, and now John Silver and Alex Reynolds find themselves in there with the Man of Steel and the Pectoral Poseidon.
Oh, yeah. Big old jugs.
Mike Verna, of course, becoming a very popular performer here in New England, but he just
Out of
ran
nowhere.
into a boot from Alex Reynolds, and the mood of this match just changed very quickly. Big knee. Josh, what do you know about Mike Verna and Alex Reynolds?
Mike Verna's strong, man. The amount of times I've wrestled him, I've been thrown around like a sack of potatoes, and I'm no slouch. And Alex Reynolds, man, he is just really staking his claim and beyond. Him and Silver, as Silver just destroys Verna on the outside. Him and Silver are just really taking over the tag team division. But
a big attitude change from Alex Reynolds and John
Big
Silver
elbow.
over the last year, particularly John Silver, as Alex Reynolds gets a 2 count there. John Silver was one of the most fun-loving guys in Beyond Wrestling, and now he's just become kind of a jerk.
yeah, kind of, huh? Kind of. Him and Chris Statlander, man, they really went at it, but he showed his true colors that match.
Absolutely. That was at Please Come Back. You can find that at Powerbomb TV. And we are going to be live on Powerbomb TV at 5 o'clock for the conclusion of tournament for tomorrow, night 2. Use the promo code BEYOND to get 20 free days on Powerbomb TV. You can see the rest of the tournament tonight for free, Josh Briggs.
I can see it for free?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Use promo code BEYOND, but you have a lot more to worry about later on tonight.
I'm not worried about anything.
And right now, Mike Verna is worried about where his chest is as John Silver practically kicks it off his body.
Silver is opening a proverbial can of whoop ass right
Absolutely.
now. What?
And what do you know about John Silver?
What don't I know about him, man? He's freaking jacked, man.
That's what he says.
I mean, look at the
But what do you know from experience?
I've never wrestled him,
Is that a fact?
which is very, very, very weird. But yeah, I've never wrestled him, but I've seen him wrestle a million times. One of my favorite guys to watch. Probably one of the most aggressive guys you can find on any card, independent, WWE, anything. He is aggressive.
I have said many times, pound for pound, he might be the hardest striker in wrestling.
Those kicks, man, those kicks. Tajiri's jealous.
And right now, Alex Reynolds dealing with Verna as Verna gets the boot up, but Silver right there to try to hold him back. Holding on to him, and perhaps Alex Reynolds going to come in
That's smart tag
and
team.
pile on, absolutely. These guys have teamed together for a long, long time.
Cutting the ring off.
This past week on social media, they took to Twitter, Instagram, with a very inspired music video, to say the least.
No kidding.
With their tribute to the Thrill Seekers, trying to do what Chris Jericho and Lance Storm were able to do there in the ring. They're trying to do it their own way.
Thrill Seekers are one of my favorite tag teams, and I don't really like tag teams.
Well, you are here for the wrong tournament then, I guess, Josh.
I mean, I like guys beating each other up.
Well, there you go, as Verna lays in a shot to Alex Reynolds, and now he's turning his attention to John Silver.
He's had enough of Silver.
Trying to neutralize.
Did he just lift him through the bottom rope over the top? Or what is going on?
Oh, wow. Verna able to hold on to Silver and now holding on to Reynolds.
Oh, my God.
What strength. But Silver taking out the leg of Verna.
Oh, right in the face.
Combination kicks sends Verna down to the mat. Cover. Rex Lawless doing the smart thing and breaking it up.
Rex is fired up, man.
What an impromptu tag team match we have here for this quarterfinal tournament for tomorrow, night 2. The Beaver Boys taking on Mike Verna and Rex Lawless. Paul Crockett joined alongside Josh Briggs here at Electric Haze.
Oh, my soul.
But Verna firing back.
This tag team wrestling at its best, man. They're cutting the ring off. Verna hasn't even been past halfway.
The fiery Brooklyn powerhouse trying to fight back here as John Silver and Alex Reynolds looking to take to the air to perhaps finish this one off. Going for a double suplex. Verna pushes Reynolds off. And now drops Silver onto Reynolds.
Big gourd buster.
Could this be the Swanton? No. Verna gets up and over. It wasn't pretty, but he got the tag. And Lawless in the ring, laying waste to John Silver. Get out of here! Huracan Rana from the 300-pound Lawless. And he sends Reynolds flying.
The straps are down!
Reynolds and Silver in the corner. Avalanche splash and a big boot to follow. And this is where Lawless thrives, showing his strength as well. Oh, wow. Fall away Samoan combo. Lawless is an animal. Vader style splash in the corner, makes the cover. Silver able to kick out, but Reynolds was right there to break it up anyway.
Real good tag team experience for them too.
The Beaver Boys, say what you want about their despicable attitudes. They are high class when it comes to tag team wrestling. Irish whip reversed, up and over. Reynolds runs right into a knee. Lawless has the side walk, full Nelson backbreaker.
Oh my God.
What's Verna going to follow it up with?
Suicide dive.
Hits that dive. Both men come down hard. Now it's down to Silver and Lawless in the ring. Silver pushing him off. Oh, Lawless sent into the ropes. Like a house of fire, Silver with the running boot.
He's freaking jacked, baby.
Is he going to try for a burning hammer?
Boy.
Wow. Sit out. Bomb. 2 count only.
How?
An unbelievable display of strength from John Silver. You have to be impressed with that, Josh Briggs.
I'm more than impressed, man.
So is this crowd at Electric Haze in Worcester, Massachusetts. We are live and free on youtube.com/Beyond Wrestling and the Independent Wrestling Facebook page, as this is where Silver thrives with these vicious kicks.
Say goodbye to Rex Lawless's chest. He's no longer the pectoral Poseidon.
Silver, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. has the double goozle.
Oh my God, that was great.
Sit out power bomb.
Oh,
2 count only.
that was the best Baldo bomb I've ever seen. Sorry, Baldo.
Absolutely. As Verna in here now, they have Silver seemingly where they want them, but Alex Reynolds trying to cause some sort of distraction.
Oh, these
What the
bastards
hell
again.
is this? Milk Chocolate back out here. They rake the eyes of Lawless. And now the Beaver Boys have Verna isolated. Oh no. Oh, that has to be it.
What a tag team match, but what a terrible ending.
An absolutely horrible ending.
Here are your winners advancing to the semifinals.
Oh, congrats, Milk Chocolate. You didn't do anything.
Milk Chocolate getting involved, allowing the Beaver Boys onto the semifinals, which we are going to have in just a little while. We're going to have that at 5 p.m. on Powerbomb TV. Use the promo code BEYOND to get 20 free days to see the conclusion of this tournament. And what a pregame show we had here. And it's going to be an even better semifinal and final later tonight.
And you can watch me kill Nick Gage, too.
Absolutely. Josh Briggs, thank you for joining me.
Yeah.
We're going to go to some pre-recorded action from St. Louis Anarchy Wrestling, I believe. That's going to be at the intermission tonight. But Rich Palladino, he's going to send us off in style here. Thank you, Josh Briggs, for joining me.
Shut up.
So last night in Philadelphia, we started with 16 tag teams. We whittled it down to 8. Now we've got the final 4. So coming up at 5 p.m. right here in beautiful Worcester, Massachusetts. Am I the only one excited about being here in Worcester, Massachusetts? We've got the Hooligans. Now we've got the Beaver Boys, Hot Wheels, and the Viking War Party. So the semifinals and finals will come up, in addition to so much more action for those of you watching for free right now on Powerbomb, on Facebook. If you're one of our 1.15 million subscribers on YouTube, yeah, give yourselves a round of applause for making that happen. We hope you enjoyed the pre-show. We'll be back at 5 p.m. with TFT, the Tag fucking Tournament, Night 2, coming up at 5 p.m. We'll see you then.